Hey, while we were doing all that driving, I was cooking. You can see here I've got, those aren't hot dogs, those are actually the, what do they call those? The stuff I got from the Dollar Tree. Vienna Sausages, that's what they were. So I basically fried up some Vienna sausages using the leftover bacon fat from the other day. So I've been using that bacon fat to cook everything. Sausages and now Vienna sausages. And all I need to do is make some rice to eat with it and I should be all set. Matter of fact, let me debate. I might just go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and cook. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cook right now. I'm going to go ahead and cook the rice. And then eat and then walk around and explore because it's 2:42. I'm getting a little bit hungry. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, for Jules or anyone else interested, I'm basically just cooking some rice right now, just white rice. And I have my Vienna sausages here, all cooked up in bacon fat. And I'm just letting it sit there while I cook the rice. As you can see, my car is running. And I'm currently at the giant Pegasus thingy. So we're going to go look around here in a minute, but I'm letting my food cook. I'm not gonna, I'm basically burning gas right now to cook, but it's okay. I'll expend it since I'm waiting here. But, I think that may be some kind of attraction or something. It may be closed. I'm not sure. I see there's, construction going on right there. Some kind of, giant construction equipment. So we're gonna look around at this, statue area here. And, see the cars underneath that Pegasus? That thing is huge. Makes me think of like the Trojan horse, you know? That's how big it must have been to hold like 50 men in it. But that Pegasus is huge. Yeah, Pegasus I think is, if you have one. Yeah, Pegasus was the main one, the name of one. But I think if there's more than one, they're called Pegasi. But we're gonna go take a look and try to get as close as we can. And then after that, we're going to go explore that shopping plaza. It may be a casino, I don't know. But we're going to go look. And of course, you can see the skyline there. There's, that is Hollandale Beach. I was just on that beach earlier this morning taking a shower. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the Hollywood, Florida area. And then after this, we're going to be heading towards Miami Beach. Then after that, I'm debating, because I've had to reroute my trip due to an appointment that might actually change my trip. I went to talk to someone and may have a job lined up, but I don't know. It's all in the air right now. But it is a situation that has developed suddenly, that I could end up, believe it or not, working. One of our viewers, I guess, and well, I know he's in the Living in a Van group, has been kind enough to refer me. So if everything works out, I'm going to put my road trip on hold. And the reason for that, it should be obvious. It's kind of foolhardy to try to plan a cross-country road trip with no funds. I had a crisis last night where my phone ran out. You know, I was on the pay-as-you-go minutes plan, and it ran out. And then I had to buy a new phone card, and that pretty much wiped out a leg of the journey right there. And I was like, ah. So any little additional expense that occurs when you don't have much of a budget, it's like a huge setback. But then right at that same time when I was at the Walmart this morning, at the Walmart over here just off it wasn't Pembroke, it was like Hollandale Beach Drive, at the corner there, by the beach access. I got a ding from my email saying PayPal that somebody, one of the viewers or one of the Living in a Van group, somebody who has been following me here, has been very kind to me and sent me a little bit of money, enough to cover my gas, so I'm not like stuck. I was looking at being stuck here in the Hollywood or Miami area, and that can be kind of bad. It could be good because there's potential jobs on Craigslist and stuff, and I might even be able to work as a photographer, but it could be bad because if you don't get the job, then you're stuck in Miami with no money. So what I'm looking at right now is trying to condense my trip because I have to head back towards Orlando. I have to be in Orlando by Thursday. Right now it's Sunday. So I'm all the way here just north of Miami, and I'm debating, but I think I'm going to go ahead and continue the journey down to Miami. I will go down to Miami and hit South Beach, and then I might try to cut across to the western side of Florida's coast, and then move up along the west coast of Florida on my way back to loop back towards Orlando. I think I'm going to cut out the Upper Keys and basically just cut out the Upper Keys because I think that's going to be a whole day. It'll save me a day, and then I'm going to kind of speed through. Like today, I will start to head towards South Miami, Miami Beach. So I may try to spend the night around Miami and then head out. I haven't decided yet. I guess everything's up in the air. We're gonna explore this area here, then head there. And depending on how I feel and what time it is, I definitely want to hit South Beach, because if you've never been to South Beach, it is awesome. They've got like Art Deco buildings, which hopefully we'll get some pictures of and some videos. And if you get a chance and you like the nightlife, that place is so happening. Me personally, I only went down there when I was working as a glamour photographer, and I would shoot the models down there, but I never really hung out at the hot spots down there in South Beach, just because I was married at the time. But and this time I've got no money. That place is expensive. You'll see all sorts of expensive sports cars come up. But we'll go there, and it should be a fun day. Unfortunately, because of the change in plans, I'm not going to be able to stay in Miami South Beach area that long. I'm looking at staying there only for maybe half a day at the most, probably a couple hours. And then we're going to loop back out and try to cross over to the West Coast, because that'll be Monday. Then by Tuesday, because we're going to be speeding through now, by Tuesday I have to try to get to the Clearwater, Tampa area. So when I do that, that'll put me in Orlando on Wednesday, ready for my appointment on Thursday. And then after my appointment on Thursday, I should have a better clue as to what's going to happen next. If everything goes smoothly, my trip will be on hold. For how long, I don't know. But it'll give me a chance to try to earn some money to prepare for the cross-country portion. It will also allow me to try to pay some more child support and try to get that going again. So that's what the plan will be, is to basically get some income. You can't travel without money. So I thank those of you who have been following me, and especially those who actually were compelled to actually help, because I don't know if you, the video this morning, I was actually crying because I was like, I couldn't believe I thought I was gonna die out here. I was like, man, I'm screwed. And then sure enough, that ding showed up, and somebody had sent me a lifeline. So I thank you very much for that. But hopefully, if everything goes smoothly with this appointment, this meeting and stuff that I have in Orlando, part of me is very sad in that if it does go well with the meeting and everything's a go, my trip is over, at least for now. Maybe for a couple months, maybe for a very long time. The job looks like it is an exciting job. It's something I've never done before. It's basically a job to as a product demonstrator. If ever, if I get it and everything, I'll be selling knives, believe it or not. You know, kind of like the Ginsu knives, the Jinsu, whatever they're called. These are like high quality knives, very nice knives. So I'll be going around selling knives, which is kind of cool actually, because they showed me the map, and I might actually be able to do segments still as I travel, you know, but you'll probably see less videos if I'm out there working every day, because, you know, it is a job that requires you to be working all day. So I'll only be able to film segments when I'm off, which won't be on those days that I work, because you work all day long and you don't get home till night, till dark. But I think I get 2 days off every 12 days. So on those days I may, if I feel not so tired, I may film some more segments. And what's good about it is it does have traveling. So we might be able to do little mini segments on various towns and various attractions throughout parts of Florida that I'll be assigned to. So the videos won't completely stop. They're just going to slow down quite a bit because I won't be available to film as much. But on the plus side, I won't be as broke. You know, assuming that the child support and the government doesn't seize everything again, because that's what keeps throwing me off here. Hopefully they don't seize everything and I can make my payments and try to get my life back together here. It could be the first step. And if the job proves to be something that I can do, that I'm good at, which, you know, all is up in the air right now, but if it is something that I can do and I'm good at, it could be a new career, or at least for the time being. But I thank you, those of you who have sent me good wishes and have been rooting for me, because, you know, even though this road trip is something I always wanted to do, I didn't want to do it like this with no money. I didn't want to do it by hitting the road. Although, I will say this. It has restored my faith in God and my faith in humanity, my faith in the viewers and the people on the Living in a Van page. If I had to be out here all by myself without this network of what I consider friends, I will tell you this. The people who have been following me and writing me notes and posting comments and stuff, you have been like family to me. You've encouraged me. You've given me some wisdom for survival out here. If it had not been for all that support, I don't know what I would do. I would be so lost and scared right now. But instead, I feel like everything's going to be all right. And I feel like I'm not alone, and that I have people rooting for me and people who care and people who are trying to help. So those of you who are alone or feel like you are alone, make sure you try to make contact with the other people posting on the comments, and maybe join our Living in a Van Facebook group. Make some friends. I did my first interview the other day with Michelle Angel, and it was fantastic. It was phenomenal. I felt like we were kindred spirits. I felt like I knew her. It was my first time meeting her, but because she's been on the Living in a Van page, and, you know, we've been commenting and stuff, and we hadn't really commented or wrote each other prior to the meeting and stuff, but when I met her, it was like I met an old friend. And her rig is like super awesome, so make sure you catch that video. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to be alone if you don't want to be alone just because you're living in a van. There are a lot of people out there, just like you, just like me, who would be more than happy to make friends with you. So don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to make new friends, and just don't be afraid. You know, my rice may be done now, so I might try to eat, and then we'll go on our little tour. But I'm feeling kind of excited, a little bit nervous, a little bit sad, because, you know, like I said, my trip might end a lot earlier than I had planned. But truthfully, if I can do the job and I make a lot of money, at least more than I've got right now, then when I really do go on the trip, it's not going to be like this where every day is a struggle just to survive. It should be a little bit more relaxing. I mean, like, I tried to enjoy this trip, even though we just kind of took off and went with what we had and tried to make it fun the best that I could out of a bad situation. But always nagging at me was, man, I've got no backup plans. I have, very limited funds, and I don't know what I'm going to do if something goes bad. But I had faith that God would carry me through, and that the viewers and the people on the Facebook groups and stuff would do what they could to help me. And, that to me was a sense of security, and makes me feel good that I'm part of the group, and that I'm fortunate enough that I have this page set up before all this happened, and that you guys are with me. So thank you very much for your support, your encouragement, and your friendship. Alright, this is probably not the best meal ever. But it is a meal that I cooked up really quick. I cooked the Vienna sausages while I was driving in bacon fat that had been left over from the other day. And I have a little pot of rice. I'm eating it right in the pot right here, because I'm currently over at the giant Pegasus thingy that I want to check out, and the shopping plaza, possibly casino over there that I want to go look at. So we're going to try this, the Vienna sausages and rice, and see if they taste like Spam, like my son says they do. I also got, for drinks, I know it's bad, I went back to sodas because they're cheap. It was like $1. So I got the 7-Up, and I have some of the ice in there, so it's a nice cold 7-Up drink. I also have some root beer that I can have later if I want, the mug root beer there, both for like $1 each. So this is lunch, or early dinner. Probably more like lunch. It's 3 o'clock right now. So I'm having Vienna sausages, rice, and 7-Up. Bon appetit, everyone. Alright, I've had a couple bites. I've eaten one sausage at least of the Vienna sausages with the rice. And so here's my verdict. I think it does taste, I don't think it tastes exactly like the Spam, but it tastes similar to the Spam, or the meat that we got from Aldi that's kind of like Spam. What do you call it? Anyhow, it's the meat that's like the off-brand Spam from Aldi. But it tastes similar to it. The texture's a little bit flakier, but as far as taste-wise, it tastes very similar to the Spam, but not exactly like the Spam. And my verdict on it, a can of this stuff. I don't know if I have a can here sitting around. I have a can somewhere. I don't have access to it now, but a can of that stuff, the Vienna sausages, is only 50 cents from the Dollar Tree. And what you see here, I already ate like one, I think, came from one can. So would I recommend it? Yes. Is it my favorite food? No. Does it taste okay? Yeah. For 50 cents, it tastes excellent for 50 cents. Would I eat it all the time? No. It's probably full of salt and all sorts of chemicals. But because it comes in a can with the pull tab opening that you can just pull it open, it's a worthy addition to carry around in a vehicle for emergency food. I think you can eat it right out of the can. I don't think you have to cook it, but I think cooking it makes it look better and taste better. So I didn't taste it raw, but I'm pretty sure, just like the Spam, I prefer to cook that versus eating it raw out of the can, even though you can eat it raw out of the can. But it's not raw. I think it's already pre-cooked. So I would highly recommend the Vienna sausages. I normally would never eat this stuff before, but now that I've tasted it, and now that I'm on an extreme budget, I think it is a good food to have for emergency in your vehicle. Only 50 cents a can, so it can last, as long as you need it to, I guess, until the expiration date. But even then, But you can carry it around and save it for times like this when your budget's tight and you'd like to have some meat. It's not the best, but it's doable, and it's really not bad. And my son loves it, so but I would tell my son, don't eat too much of this stuff. Remember, moderation is key. Well, up until next time, everybody, I hope you enjoy your meals. And if you've ever been curious about the Vienna sausages, they're definitely worth checking out, especially from Dollar Tree at only 50 cents. And you might find that, hey, they actually taste pretty good for 50 cents.